Shashi Tharoor there throwing an open challenge for an open debate to Mr. Kharge. Transparency is something that the G23 has always opted for. They said that was one of the problems, a fundamental one at that with the Congress party. Do you think Mr. Kharge will actually take that challenge up?
Poonam, I think he will take this challenge because both are veteran politicians. Mallikarjun Kharge has been there since 1969 in the Indian politics, and the last election which you have heard of is 1998 when Sonia ji had contested and she got some more than 98% votes. There are 9,000 delegates who will be voting. As far as your contention of that issues being discussed, which G23 have been raising for almost last 3-4 years, will come to fore. And I think such debates, which are, you must have heard of that, such debates do happen in the US presidential election or the UK presidential election. You have watched it also. So I think such debates are very, very healthy, so long as they do not go into the, any kind of under the belt attack or something like that. I think these debates are very healthy and they will bring out some good burning issues which Congress has been suffering of.
Absolutely, and it perhaps will also show the electorate of the Congress party who exactly is the one that can fight for their issues, who can actually revive the party ahead of 2024. But Tushar Gupta, ever since the conversation around the Congress's presidential election has started, the BJP has been saying that this is not an election, it's a selection. First, they tried to foist Ashok Gehlot as their proxy. Now, then there was Digvijay Singh and the surprise that came from there. Now there is Mallikarjun Kharge, another loyalist to the Congress party, of the Gandhi Parivar to be specific. He now is going to be the proxy for the first family. Did he let the actual agenda of the Congress party slip up today when he said that we tried to tell Shashi Tharoor that it's ideal if there's a consensus candidate?
Good evening, Poonam. The monarchy called Congress is turning into a comedy of errors. Fine, let's not believe the BJP when they call this election a selection. But yes, Mallikarjun Kharge has probably let out the deep secret no one was supposed to know, that this was an election about consensus, that one candidate that had the backing of the Gandhis, and that was Mallikarjun Kharge. Yes, there are 9,000 delegates that are going to vote for the election on October 19th. But let's also look that there is a lot of optics that are going on around. Mallikarjun Kharge is seen in a press conference. He's seen with Sonia Gandhi, whereas Shashi Tharoor is looking for a debate with his opposite candidate. That is not how it's going to work. As Pallavi also pointed out, that Mallikarjun Kharge is never going to go for a debate. So for Shashi Tharoor, this is like a facing opportunity where he can play to the gallery, play to the optics. But we all know that the Congress is backing Mallikarjun Kharge. More importantly, the Gandhis are backing Mallikarjun Kharge. So the problem is, the Congress president may change. At least on paper, we might have a new name. But in operations, in the procedures, everything stays the same. So the Congress is losing state after state because of the Gandhis. They'll continue to do so because they do not want to address the elephant in the room, which is the three Gandhis. What is the difference between Sonia Gandhi being the president of the party and someone Sonia Gandhi endorses being the president of the party?
And if we talk about a consensus candidate, Ravi Srivastava, why should it be Mallikarjun Kharge? Why can't that consensus candidate be Shashi Tharoor? Should Mallikarjun Kharge then bow out and say, let's all put our might towards making Shashi Tharoor the man in charge?
I think this debate part is going to be very, very interesting. But my friend was talking about the BJP making some questions about this election. I think they have no moral right to comment about it, because I think we heard only one line: Shri JP Nadda's presidential term has been extended by 1 more year. If this is the democracy, then I think it is better what is happening in Congress today. And,
but is there really democracy, Ravi Srivastava? That's exactly what we are discussing. I'll come back to you, Mr. Gupta. I'll let you rebut. But I just want Mr. Srivastava to answer, is there really democracy in the Congress party? They want everyone to believe so. But perhaps Mallikarjun Kharge, with what he said today, let that dark secret out. It perhaps was a slip up when he said that we asked him to build consensus. We asked him that it's ideal if there's one consensus candidate. Why? Then why have an election?
See, that is his point of view. That an ideal situation, that if a consensus candidate is available, then why to go for any
then
election?
Then why have an election and why make hue and cry about how internal democracy is celebrated within the Congress party?
I'm just now endorsing any kind of consensual candidate. I wish that there should be an election. I wish that there should be debate about the shortcomings in the Congress party. Because if the whole thing will come out to the fore, then there will be a scope of correction. Otherwise, if you continue with the, Gandhi supported candidate further, then I think certain things will still remain buried under the carpet. Because that is what has not been happening in the Congress democracy. And as far as democracy is concerned, I will insist on that Congress has democracy, because you are listening every day about the differences. You heard about the Gehlot episode. You heard about Pawan Bansal took a form. You heard about K.N. Tripathi filing a nomination. You heard about Pawan Bansal coming on the candidate. So I think there is democracy, because that is not heard of in BJP at all. Here is the noise. When the noise is there, it means the party has got democracy. People have right to open their mouth. People have right to express their opinions. It's a healthy thing. And there is not going to be any conflicts, or there is not going to be any war kind of a thing between these two candidates. You will, even if a debate is there, you will hear that it will be a very positive one, and it will bring out the certain issues.
Yeah, we really hope that happens, because this is not
board.
just going to be for the presidential election of the Congress party, but it's also going to set the stage for the Congress's fortunes in the upcoming assembly elections this year, and of course in 2024, because that's really what this Congress president will have to do, revive the party's fortunes. And Tushar Gupta, the point that Ravi Srivastava was perhaps trying to make is, at least you're hearing conversations about an election being held. So farcical as it may be, at least we're talking about elections happening in the Congress party.
Poonam, with all due respect to Mr. Srivastava, the Congress elections are not about proving a point to the BJP or equaling to the BJP or having a higher moral electoral ground than the BJP, but reviving the fortunes of the party, which is losing election after election. And Mr. Srivastava, who I respect a lot, hails the democracy in the Congress. I have one simple question. What kind of democracy is in the Congress where Rahul Gandhi, who's cost the party 2 national elections and 39 of the 49 state elections that have happened after 2014, what kind of a democracy there is in the Congress that Rahul Gandhi still continues to be the face of Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra? And Poonam, rest assured, on 20th October, Mallikarjun Kharge or Shashi Tharoor or any third person in the race who might come up, anyone who wins the presidency of the party, the face of the party will still be Rahul Gandhi. That is what democracy is. A monarchy where only everyone governs at the pleasure of the Gandhis. That is how democracy functions in the Congress.
Right, so it'll really be interesting to see if that public debate actually happens, and I'm sure many within the Congress party and in the country are wanting to see that, perhaps the BJP too, so they can, talk about where exactly this election is headed. And we are a little over 2 weeks away from when that election happens. We'll, of course, wait and watch and try and get a response from Mallikarjun Kharge as well. For the moment, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast with your perspective. With that, we're shifting focus to some more news.